being alone in your own space makes you think a lot about what really gives you that sense of peace, stability, and happiness. Today, after I spent 5 hours in a car, unable to move, it made me realize that the pressure that I've been putting myself to do this from, 7 to 8 you meditate, 8 to 9 you drink your coffee, 9 to 10 you do your exercise, 10 to 11. You know how we apportion our time and try to complete as much in a day. When you are by yourself, you realize one thing, that you need no one and you need nothing in the moment. You are the perfection, you are the happiness, you are everything that you're seeking. We don't have to go outside of ourselves for anything. That said, we are not hardwired to live alone. Now, this is one of the reasons you notice that during this period of lockdown, people are going, on the one hand, crazy sitting indoors, and there's a lot of mental health issues. But on the other hand, they are reaching out. They're reaching out. I have so many people who have reached out to their school friends, friends that they never met for years, and college friends, and they're trying to maintain some contact and to talk about normal things and to take the attention away from the fear and the stress of daily living. We all need friendships in our life. We all need a spiritual family. And that spiritual family does not necessarily have to be the one that just makes you do all the things that you're accustomed to doing. Drinking in a bar, or going for a walk, or your walking buddies, and you have so many of those, right? Sometimes a spiritual buddy is someone who tells you things that you need to hear. And that is not always easy. We tend to look for people that make us feel good about ourselves. Right? You want people around you that build you up as a person, that make you feel better, that make you a better person, a better version of yourself. And through your life, you'll see how your friends will change. You'll have some friends that stay on from your childhood, or your soul connections, and some friends that you make along the way. And in this period of intense lockdown, it'll only be the ones you really want to reach out to that make the difference. Now, I have made it a policy in this last 2 months. Every single day, I call one person that I haven't reached out to in many years. They're shocked to hear from me. They're shocked to hear from me because they would never think of picking up the phone and calling me and asking me how I'm doing. It would never occur to them. And a lot of them are kind of surprised that I'm calling and, did you need something? How can I help you? What can I do for you? And when they're kind of surprised that I'm only calling to say hello and find out what's happening in your life, and I don't want anything from you. I just want to say hello, and I want to see that you're doing that. Try doing that. Try doing that, reaching out to old friends and just a 10-minute call. That means nothing, right? But it sparks a feeling of joy within, makes you feel good. Whenever you talk to old friends or when somebody reaches out to you, when you have a little conversation and it's normally about something light and it's something different, it uplifts and makes you feel better. So that's on the positive side, right? But on the other hand, we get a lot of spam calls that we don't want. We don't want to attend to. We've been in fact getting many calls from relatives who are looking for jobs, who after 15 years of knowing us suddenly decided to find out how we're doing. You get a lot of those, right? Looking for help or looking for something, need something from you. And where do you draw lines? Where do you draw lines? Where do you say no? It's always okay to help somebody. Always okay to offer a helping hand. It doesn't matter if somebody's calling you after 20 years. That feeling of being used, that I'm being used. Nobody really cares about me, but I'm the sucker, they're the ones, I'm the one to go to when everything else fails, and I'm the one that does stuff for them. You only feel used to the extent that you buy into that thought. You've got to feel that thought that somebody is not honoring me for who I am. And it's a very automatic system. It really depends on whether you function from ego or you function from your heart. When you function from ego, you will push out those who don't benefit you. And those that don't benefit you may require you, right? So where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Today I read a very beautiful post that I think it was Pope Francis. I can't remember it exactly, but something like this. It said, like a river doesn't drink its own water. A flower doesn't smell its own fragrance. A tree
doesn't eat its own fruit.
A tree doesn't eat its own fruit. It goes along that line. If you look in nature, if you look along in nature, nature offers itself for no reason. It does not enjoy its own bounty. It is always enjoyed by someone else. So if you don't feel used, a flower, when you pluck a flower, the flower doesn't say, how dare you take me? How dare you smell me? When you eat a fruit, the tree doesn't say, my God, it's my fruit. I took so much effort to grow this fruit, and now you're eating it, and now you're enjoying it. It doesn't say that. So why do you feel affronted? Why do you feel challenged or upset if you help somebody or you give a little bit of your time to somebody?
It should come naturally.
It should
come naturally to you.
Yeah.
To help others.
It should flow. It should flow from you. And that is where the meditation comes in. When you meditate, you get into that space of unity, of oneness with everybody. Nobody comes into your area, into your sphere of consciousness unless by design. There is something that needs to be done, which is why you meet people. It is not. It is not. Something that you can even contrive. It happens on its own. The people that you meet are the ones that you need to meet. And it doesn't matter who it is, whether it is a person who takes your blood at the lab or it's a person at the checkout counter in Publix. It doesn't matter. There is always a little bit of learning from every experience. And all of existence is experience. Everything is experience. And it is only your mind that tells you this is a good experience and this is a bad experience, and you stay close to this and you stay away from this. If you took away the entire dimension of the mind away from your whole experience, what remains? Experience itself remains. For the sake of itself. So you talking on the phone, you talking to another person on the phone, it feels like there are two events. There is you and there is this person on the phone, right, whom you're spending time with. But if you take away the mind from it, you're talking and the other person on the phone receiving is one experience. It is the same experience. There are no two things happening here. You only feel a sense of being used or being cheated when there is something that is being cheated or someone that is being cheated. But if you look at an experience, any experience, an experience that you think begins with me and the other experience is with the other person, right? It could be something as simple as me listening to music or listening to children talking in the garden. The act of listening happens, you think, is me. That's me listening to the children. And then there are all those children out there. Now what is telling you that these two experiences are different? Your mind. Your mind is saying, this is you and those are the children. Now if you take that away, if you take out that dimension, the entire experience of listening is one. You and the children are within the same experience. Do you understand? Do you get it? So in that experience, there is nobody that is experiencing and being experienced. There is only one. It is the experience. You can't split it up. Saying that, who is it? What is the experience and what is being split up? That is the mind superimposing everything. Saying, no. This talk with this person is wrong. This it's not good for you. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. This is perfectly, this is not what you should be doing. That is the mind. Relinquish the mind. Relinquish the mind. Relinquish the mind. Stay with the experience. The experience is one. Whether you're talking on the phone, whether you're doing anything, if you look and see, there is this dimension that is only one. In everything that we do, every single thing that we do. And nothing is either, you're generous with your time or you're selfish with your time. You don't have labels in experience. And you don't need boundaries because it's all one. All of it is one. And you are in one part of the experience and someone else is in another part of the experience. But the experience is shared. For example, when I'm talking to you, you are all in your space. And I am in mine. Two things are not happening. I am not talking and you are receiving. It is happening simultaneously. It is the same experience of speech and words being shared. No one person is listening to it more than the other. Yes, people are making judgments on it differently, of course. One person is saying, what is she talking about? Another person saying, this is too much, I don't understand it. Third person saying, yeah, she's so right. I think I understand now what she's talking about, that there is only one experience. And that I shouldn't feel that I need to create walls around me. Creating walls and creating boundaries reduces you. It makes you smaller. It makes you less than what you're destined for. You are destined to reach out. What you need to do in this world is to reach out. The more you reach out, the more you help people, the more you do for others, the better you feel, the more connected you are, the more you realize that you are whatever it is that you're seeking. And every experience is about knowing and about being. In every experience that you have, in every interaction that you have, and everything, trust me, everything is experience. You are everything you listen to, everything you hear, everything you think about, everything you talk about, everything is an experience. Without it, what is there? There is nothing else. There's nothing else. And experience teaches you something. There is knowledge in it. There is being. Just being there without judging anything, without feeling that I am talking to someone else, I am wasting all this time, all this energy giving to someone else. That is your mind trying to take away the beauty of the experience. And the beauty of the experience is just one. And that's just a glimpse. I'm giving you a little bit of glimpse into the knowledge, because we talk so much about surface things, but everything comes down to something much deeper. And when I touch on it, it might not make complete sense. But as I keep repeating it in subsequent sessions, you will understand where I'm coming from, and you will see, what it means to have only one. To have only one experience, and to stay away from judging the quality of your life, or the quality of people in your life, or the ones you want to be with and the ones you don't want to be with. That said, the truth is always contradictory. Stay away from the negative. Stay away as much as you can from the negative. And all of us have that part of us that gets drawn to the negative. It is our conditioning, right? After all, we're all on a path, and we're in the process. Anything that makes you feel less than settled and complete and perfectly happy, you have to evaluate if you need it in your life or not. And it's all right to relinquish certain people, certain events, and certain situations that don't do anything to build your soul. Om Namah Shivaya.